Hello pilots and welcome back to Flight Academy. It's time for Season 2. This series is brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming, and as always, my name is Phil. 11 pilots go head-to-head in a round-robin single-ship tournament to find out who is the ace pilot. The format rules are in the description below, but joining me for Round 9, Game 1, we have...
Hi folks, glad to be back on the channel. It is Ben.
Hey Ben, welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you on with us. Someone who's actually a part of this tournament and knows exactly the kind of madness that is happening on the nights we're playing, so it's good to have you. So we are getting right on through this tournament now. Not many games left and we'll soon know who our champion is going to be, but let's break down the list we actually have on the board. Do you want to let us know what Mr. Fraser has brought?
Yeah, Mr. Fraser has brought Ricollet, and he's got Duke, fire control system, R2-D2, nice bit of regen, and why not stick some proton torpedoes on there?
I mean, with Rick, you've definitely got the points to spend
Oh,
there.
yes.
He's not an incredibly expensive ship when you are only having to fly one. But yeah, really cool ship. I like it. And going up against Fraser, we actually have Kyle Katarn in the Hawk with trick shot, proximity mines, perceptive co-pilot, engine upgrade, stealth device, and the Moldy Crow title. And it's quite scary how much you've got on there, because the Moldy Crow is 14 points, if I remember rightly. So he can still put a lot of things
Oh yeah,
on
that is
the
a
Hawk.
decked out Hawk with a lot of tricks.
Absolutely. I really like the Hawk. It's one of those surprising ships that you don't quite know what to expect with it, and then suddenly it just goes, I'm here, and you're like, oh, okay, wasn't expecting that. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how Fraser handles this Hawk, because those bombs and the turret are definitely something to watch out for there.
It's quite an all-rounder with this build as well, because it's got 3 dice out the front, it's got the side, it's got a rear threat, and with stealth device, 3 defense dice with a stack of focus tokens. So it's going to be quite hard to chew through it.
Yeah, I mean, Perceptive Co-Pilot is such a good idea on this platform, because you get those 2 focus tokens straight away, and you pretty much gonna have them the entirety of the game. If you start running out of focus tokens, something has gone wrong. But I do like this build. It's really cool, and I think it's a really nice paint job that Ed has actually got on there as well. It's quite a unique one, but also quite subtle at the same time. It's not really in your face. But I mean, which ship do you think or feel has somewhat of an advantage in this one?
That's actually quite a tricky matchup. I do think the problem with Rick is the difficulty in getting shots on, because he always wants to go so fast, so you kind of gotta dive in, take a shot, dive back out and swing around again. I mean, the key would be if you could get the proton torpedoes off, crack through that stealth device. I'd probably put my money on the Hawk, but very close. I think very close. I think
you're right. Speed is very much a factor for the N1, and I think we've seen it in quite a few of Fraser's games where he's obviously trying to go fast to trigger Rick's ability, go fast enough to get that evade as well, because obviously it works with Duke and it essentially becomes a free action so that you can still do other things. And trying to trigger all of those things, it's difficult, because without those, the N1, it doesn't have the strongest gun. It's only got 2 dice without Rick's ability, without being able to do protons. So he does have to be careful how he plays it. And sometimes when you're trying to go for that speed, you sacrifice the aggression that you need in a 1v1 situation, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's more suited when there's more ships on the board. I think probably struggles a bit 1v1. However, it is a tough nut to crack when he's got all his tokens and he's got his ability. It is quite hard to get any damage through Rick.
Yeah, if he can turtle up like old 1.0 soon tier Fell used to be able to do, then yeah, he's gonna be. I mean, you look there, 4 dice, got the evades, doesn't need to worry, didn't even have to spend its tokens. It's going to be tricky, and I completely agree. I think it's definitely more of a squad ship than a solo ship.
I think one of the difficult bits I always find when flying Naboos is when to turn around. It always feels really bad doing some form of K-turn or Talon roll with a Naboo because you're not getting all you really want that evade.
Yeah.
It really hurts you when you don't get that evade, so you've got to be so careful of planning when you want to turn around, if at all you want to turn around.
I mean, it would be amazing if you could put like a pattern analyzer on there or something to negate
that would be
you can't get it on the Naboo, and I think possibly it would be, I'd say, borderline too strong.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I mean, if you could do that, I'd definitely have to buy 1 or 2 more Naboos and just fly them in big swarms because it would be funny. But we do see the Talon there, and I think
that's probably a good time to use it.
Good time to use it.
At the same time, he doesn't want to chase the Hawk. The Hawk's just like, okay, chase me.
True, but I think at this point, Fraser's got good options. He's got the target lock.
He's got the space,
Yeah. He's got the space to go either side, so he can cut back in through the obstacles to avoid any potential proximity mines. But even if the proximity goes mine, yes, I think we've just seen a proton flipped there. Not particularly.
Crack stealth device.
Looks like we've got 3 coming through, and there's the crit. So he's got hope for some really good dice. All paint there from Kyle would be nice, and he's got enough paint there to completely ignore that. So good use of the rock, a focus, and the stealth device. Unfortunate there for Rick, unfortunately. So yeah, getting a nice cheeky return shot though with that turret, that's just such a strong play. And I keep forgetting that turret is still range 0 to 3 as well. It's not 0 to 2 like a ion turret.
Does he get trick shot here? Yes.
He would get trick shot, yes. So there's the additional dice, spending his multiple focuses.
You see some shields go here. Oh. Is that 3 of 8?
Looks like 3 of 8. Wow.
No damage.
These dice are running hot. But whilst we're waiting for them to get their dials down, guys, just want to remind you, if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Arc Gaming, you can support us on Patreon with a link in the description below. Plenty of things happening on Patreon, sneak peeks of upcoming stuff. So if you do like it, check it out down there. Ooh, swinging around, no bomb drop there, which is a little bit surprising.
Maybe anticipated that Fraser be aware that there's going to be a bomb there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing a nice little barrel roll here.
Oh, he's going to have to. Yeah, he's going to have to barrel roll. It's going to have to be. It has to be to the left. He can't try and barrel right.
Probably to the left and to the back. Give him a bit more.
I'd say forward.
Okay, forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, gives him more room to swing around, doesn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
that's actually quite nice for a hard 3 next turn.
Yeah, because I think that would avoid any prox mines. That would avoid
any prox mines. That's actually
really good.
That's set up quite nicely for the next turn, and potentially 3 hard, turn, try and get target lock, and try and hope for another proton torpedo.
Yeah.
Because he really wants to crack that stealth device with a proton torpedo.
It's so surprisingly effective. Oh, double crit there. Nice. Yeah, that stealth device is so surprisingly gone.
We need a heroic card.
Yeah. That is unfortunate. I mean, I was about to say it's so effective, but once it's gone...
Yeah, it just takes a dice.
That is... I mean, very unexpected. You don't expect it to get cracked quite like that. These dice have been running really good, and then suddenly...
It did save him a bit of damage in the last round of shooting.
Yeah.
So it did do something.
But let's see what Ed can do in response.
Oh,
those dice,
they've
gone
good
icy.
Fraser.
Yeah, that is very good. Icy dice there from Ed, unfortunately. I mean, that's what happens, though. It is a dice game, and no prox mine. I'm not surprised, but also a little bit surprised at the same time, because I think maybe Ed thinks it won't catch. But that deterrent... I mean, if Fraser does a hard turn, then it was definitely the right idea not to waste it.
Turn, maybe could have banked left.
Yeah.
And then present the rear, and then you've got this angle to drop the proc line around where those focus tokens are.
Because right now, he's not closing off any angles with the way he's flying. It's very straight, which means that even if he does drop a proc mine, it's not blocking that parallel through. Yeah, it won't block that route through those two obstacles. And that's interesting.
I like that move. He's using the rock.
Yeah, see if he can trigger trick shot.
And I think that's good call. Using the engine upgrade.
Yeah, it's his backup stealth device now, that rock.
Yeah, if I'm going to lose my stealth device, I'm going to find something else.
Yeah, there's that 3 hard. I think you're right, actually. If Ed had done that one bank to the left...
I think it would have caught him next turn.
He could have dropped a prox mine, and I don't think there'll be anything Fraser could really do about it. But, again, he's got trick shot, and he's got the obstacle there to provide him help, so it's not a bad option.
His next turn might be a bit hampered with that rock in front of him. The hook.
Oh, that's the final proton torpedo.
Yeah.
Debate, just spend the target lock.
Yeah.
There's no point not. I mean, there you go.
3 hits again.
3 hits.
Turn one of them into a crit.
Yep,
there you go. Ed's dice have not been kind.
No, they've really gone cold. What is the crit?
Wow.
Oh, it's a structural damage. So not only has he lost the stealth device, he's even further down on the green. That's not good. I mean, he hasn't had to spend any of his focuses, which is a bit of a shame, really. He's had them there. What could he do in response? That's a lot of green dice that Fraser's picking up there.
I think this just shows if the Naboo has the space to do its 3 turns.
Yeah.
You almost want to be like up tight and close with the Naboo to stop it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, you want to stay close to it.
Not
it's a good return of fire there.
It really is. 2 hits and a crit. You can't. I mean, that's 4 natural evades. That's just.
Wow.
That's unfortunate.
When one person's dice have gone cold and the other one's gone hot.
Yeah.
Always a difficult pill to swallow.
Not ideal. But yeah, you were saying, I mean, with the Naboo, you want to stick close to it, or you want to get behind it, because, as you said,
it really doesn't like anyone behind it.
You're reluctant to turn it around with that Talon because you just lose your actions. And I think at the moment this is a very tough.
This structural damage is really going to hurt the Hawk.
Yeah,
and down to 1 defense dice.
There's not a huge. It's very much an uphill battle. Ed would need to somehow get 3 damage through to force it into extra time and not take any damage back, which unfortunately I don't think is going to be possible. Jamming.
Okay, trying to jam the
Evade off.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he won't be able to get his natural evade when he does the 3, because the jam will take care of that. Because I can imagine we're going to see a 3 bank.
Yeah, I don't think a 3 straight would probably interfere with that rock.
Yeah, it'd be very close to it.
Difficult to tell from the angle.
Jam and stress has just come up. I'm assuming that it might not be in range then for it, because jam's range 0 to 2.
Yes, yeah.
So that could be why that's just come back off, because it does look to be outside of range 2.
Yeah, 3 bank.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think focus, evade, that's all you need to do here.
Yeah.
Oh. Going for evade
aggression,
time
yeah,
up.
sure.
Yeah.
Right call. You've got the initiative order, you only need 2 hits, and you've done it.
And yet that's 4 dice coming in. This is going to be very painful. Interesting.
I didn't think it would go like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
A very strong showing from the Naboo.
Interestingly, we haven't seen Duke actually triggered.
No.
Not that we need it triggered, but
Oh, there it is.
there it is. That's night for Kyle Katarn, unfortunately. Some very interesting dice to start with, and then it just dropped right off there, Fred, unfortunately. But well done, Fraser. Good solid win. You kept the aggression up there, which is what we like to see. And unfortunate there for Ed, his dice really decided that they wanted to go home early then, it would appear. But Ben, thank you very much for joining us for game 1 of round 9.
Pleasure.
And we will have plenty more games coming up, guys, so thank you very much for watching. As always, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, link for the Patreon is in the description below, and we will see you next time.